Hello, it's GotAUkulele review day, another instrument for you. As always, this is just the summary video review. The full link to the instrument review is below. You'll get a lot more detail and specs. Do consider the Patreon, helps keep this site going because I don't get paid to do this. And also why not subscribe to the channel, and then you'll know what's coming out and is new. Okay, this brand, one I've featured before, but actually many years ago now. The brand is called Islander. And that sounds like a typically stereotypical Hawaiian appropriation type name, but in this case they've got every right to be, because Islander is the value brand, the Far Eastern brand of the Kanile'a ukulele company from Hawaii. Much revered brand, superb instrument brand. Some years ago now, Kanile'a, probably looking at the rising tide of cheap Far Eastern ukuleles coming onto the market, decided to get on board with that concept and create this Far Eastern wing made in China to their specifications, their oversight, their quality control, and that's the Islander brand. They're not the only company to have done it. Koaloa did it with Koalana, Kawea have done it with Chinese-made instruments, and it's a neat idea because it gets them a foot on the ladder. It also means, you know, if somebody buys one of these as a first instrument, they may get hooked by ukulele and become a Kanile'a customer for one of their full-fat instruments further down the line. And for the buyer, it's good because you know you're getting a ukulele that's got some real oversight by a company that really know their use. So Islander, and this one is pretty much entry level in the Islander series. They do make some solid wood instruments, but this is all laminate. It is the Islander MS-4 Soprano. Also comes in concert, also comes in tenor. There's a bit of decoration on that top there, but I'll come on to that in a moment. So this is a Chinese-made all laminate mahogany instrument. It's pretty standard laminate mahogany instrument, but it's nicely done. The top looks like a single two pieces. The back is flat and two pieces. The sides are a single piece, all finished in this open pore rubbed satin, like most of them are. And being a kanile'a, the finish is really good. You know, it's simple, but it's really good. There is no decoration on here in terms of bindings, sound hole rosettes and the like, but this is called the Honu model, which is Hawaiian word for turtle. Now, I don't like etchings, as you know. This also comes in a version with some etchings of the Hawaiian Islands in the top. I don't like that either. But I'm not affecting the score for this one because the MS-4, whether you buy it with the turtles, the islands, or importantly, the plain version, are exactly the same specs bar the etching, and also importantly, the same price. So this review stands for all of the MS-4 models. If you like etchings, get the etched one. If you don't, like me, get the plain one. This just happens to be the one that came my way for review. So I'm not going to get too hung up about that actually, because it comes with that one. And it's really nicely done. Tidy, no issues with the joints, no issues with the finish. This is a trademark Kanile'a style bridge. It's a pin bridge made out of, I think, a dark walnut with a new bone straight top saddle, and those bridge pins really nice and easy for string changes. It's kind of the Kanile'a trademark, so I understand why it had to be there. I don't actually like these on Sopranos though, because that's a lot going on a very small body. I like a much smaller slot bridge on a Soprano. There we are. Look inside. It is simple, extremely tidy. It's got standard bracing, not the true bracing that Kanile'a use on their Big Daddies, but it's a standard braced ukulele. The edge kerfing is not notched. The top looks a little bit thick for my liking for laminate. I've seen thinner, but it is still very resonant, so it's nicely braced, and it's all right. It doesn't feel overbuilt, even though that top does look a bit chunky. Up to the neck, three pieces, really obviously ugly joints. I don't like that when they're so obvious. Made of mahogany, but other than that, the real positive about this neck is the fact that it's topped in this walnut fingerboard, dark walnut, but it is 38 millimeters at the nut, about 30 from G to A. That's really comfortable. It's also skinny on the back in profile. This is the way ukuleles should be made. This is the perfect antidote to those people who say, I can't play Sopranos because my hands are too big. My hands are big. I mainly play Sopranos because I buy Sopranos with nuts that are this width. That's where you need the space. That's really comfortable. That's superb. Really pleased with that. It's a standard 12 frets to the body joint soprano with extra 1, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The edges are bound black and no sharp fret edges. Really nice fingerboard. Outward facing dots at 5, 7 and 10. Nice and simple. And you get side dots too. Okay, this is superb. This is really, really nice. Beyond the new bone nut, that's the kanile'a shaped headstock. I find the Islander logo looks a little bit cheesy. It's an odd font, and it's etched. I'd rather that was an inlay, and I don't like the turtle. But again, on the plain version, you don't get the turtle. And the tuners are a nod to what the kanile'as look like, but these aren't Grovers. These are just unbranded open gears, but the buttons are small enough. But again, being a soprano, I'd rather these were rear facing. But hey, kanile'a even put these on their full Hawaiian sopranos, so what do I know? But that's a personal thing. Finishes off with a set of Aquila strings, and this comes in. Well, it depends how you're going to, where you're looking and where you're shopping around. I'm just checking the prices that I was looking at on this morning, and they are coming in at about 125 street price pounds, also $125. The RRP on the kanile'a website is 149, but you can get them for 125. Okay, that's not the cheapest laminate soprano around at all. It's not hugely expensive. Kind of on a par with the Chinese kawaias, a little bit more. Cheaper than the koalanas from Koaloa if you can find one. But remember, you are getting that heritage of the kanile'a brand that have overseen this. And there are those other advantages like that wonderful neck. So I don't think it's too bad for an instrument because it is superbly well made, really nicely finished, really nicely balanced in all dimensions. It's light, it's comfortable. I don't like the turtles, but otherwise, it's not inoffensive. Sound? All right, great volume, decent sustain for a soprano. Not earth-shattering, but not terrible. And a lot more rounded in tone than I expect. Often with mahogany sopranos made of laminate, they can be a bit overly bright and sort of thin sounding. This has got quite a bit of roundness going on. It's darker than I expected. And it creates a bit of a jangle when you strum it. Sorry, slightly out of tune. New strings. That's all right. Got a slight bit of echoey laminate boxiness to it that laminates often have, but I've heard a lot worse. Finger picking on account of that fairly decent sustain is really quite pretty. Really comfortable up here to play. It's a lot of fun. If you're a beginner and you're looking for a first instrument, whether it's soprano, concert or tenor, I like soprano, I think this is a really good choice. You're getting something decent from kanile'a. Gets a decent score from me, this one, and comes with a recommendation. No, I wouldn't get the turtles. You can get the plain one. The neck is sublime. It sounds decent for the money. It's extremely well put together. It's simple, but shop around on the price, and I think you could get something that will really, really satisfy you. The kanile'a Islander MS-4 Soprano, all laminate mahogany. Really not bad at all. Nice little instrument, this, and kind of goes head to head with those Chinese-made kawaias. I think that's probably its nearest counterpart, and it's very comparable to that. Back next week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care, everybody, and see you soon.